Hi everyone, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. It's a pleasure to be here again. Thank you for joining me for today's live section. And I believe that we're going to have a good time, and the conversation will also be one that will interest you and one that you will have lessons to pick from by the end of it. So thank you for joining me. And if you know someone who should be in this class who is not here, kindly go and invite them. Share the link of this video. Yeah, share the link so that they can join us in this section and let's have a wonderful time. So the topic says we're looking at being the right woman for the right man in marriage. And you can also call it the kind of woman a responsible and a purposeful man who wants to marry. A lot of time we want to get what we don't deserve. A lot of time we want to get better than we deserve. A lot of time we want, oh God, you know now, even though I'm not good, but just give it to me. But the question is, if God was to give you to marry, will you love it? Will you like to marry? Would you love to marry you? So that's the question I'm going to have you think about as we go on in this conversation. All right. So you want to get the right man, you also want to be the right woman, right? So it's not just that you want to have the right man, you also want to be the right woman. So I know that this sounds awful talking about it because the world wants to make us think that we are not the same. You are the same with a man, so why do you need to work hard to get a responsible man? You don't need to work hard. A responsible man is supposed to come, as you desire it. You're not supposed to worry yourself about whether this whether you need to prepare yourself or not. So a lot of us think that, okay, I don't need to work hard, right? I don't need to do something special. I just need to just be where I am, and then a man, my Prince Charming, will be here. But we know that it doesn't always work like that. So, except you just want to build a shanty as a marriage, then you can afford to, be anyhow. But if you are sure you want to build a mansion as a family, as a home, then and also be enthroned as a queen in a kingdom, then you must, of course, a queen is someone that is married by a king, right? So it means that you must prepare yourself. You must be well equipped with knowledge. You must equip yourself with knowledge. You must equip yourself with skills. And you have to have all of these things in place before you can be recognized as a woman that you know needs such a man. And of course, when you are in that kind of place, the man will also recognize you when they see you. They say like attracts like, right? So if you are prepared yourself, if you are doing the right things you need to do, you will attract the right man, and the right man will also see you and know when they see you. But if you are looking for a good man, but within you, you know that nothing good is good about you. So how do you want to reconcile that? And God is not an unjust God. He will give you what is truly, what you deserve. So expecting that you will get a man when you have not even prepared yourself, get a certain kind of man, get a king when you have not built the habits, when you have not cultivated the skills that is needed to be a queen, then it's going to be hard for you that desire to come to pass. It will just remain desires and remain wishes, like they say. And if wishes were horses, beggars will ride on horses. So yes, you have your own standard, you have your own things, your desires, you should have it. You should have your own standard as a matter of fact, but that should come with being the right person to find the right person yourself. So as you are pursuing to find the right person, also pursue to be the right person. Because if you are not the right person, you will miss getting the right person. Being the right woman is about your maturity, It's about your skill, it's about your sense of responsibility and the skills that you carry as a person. Ordinarily, you should have all of this living your life as a woman, right? You should be matured to handle life. I mean, it's one of the first and basic requirements of marriage, because marriage, like they say, is not for boys and girls. There will be things that will test you, there will be things that will challenge you, there will be things that want to throw you off balance in life just by being a person, right? So if you have not built the maturity needed, you see some of those kind of issues or challenges will just shake you off and throw you off balance, and then you start, doing things that you never plan to do. So if you have not even gathered the okay, apologies for that. My network threw me off, but I am back. So I'm saying, if you have not even built your own self, if you have not become who you want to marry, and you have not become matured as a person, as an individual, you have not even matured yourself, you have not even grown yourself to a point where you can clearly see that, okay, I can handle at least any challenge that comes my way at my very best. How do Okay, this network should just should just respect itself. Let us have this conversation freely. Sorry. We are back from the sorry for the break in transmission, like they say in Nigerian palace. Okay, so having your own standard is good, but you need to have even grown yourself to have such standards. That's why I said you need these things to have been your everyday lifestyle. You need maturity to have been part of you on a regular basis. You need discipline to have been a part of you. The skill of financial skills. You need to have had it to manage resources alone before you start getting married. You need communication skills, because you need to be able to communicate effectively in marriage. How do you communicate with people outside? How do you speak to them? How do people see you? Do they see you as an aggressive person who wants things don't go your own way? Like when it's not your own way, it will be the highway, your way or the highway. When you think that when you have conflict, how do you resolve it with people generally? Do you fight dirty, or do you look for a common ground? Do you see yourself as a peacemaker and be able to okay, I really do not know why this network is dealing with me, but we shall overcome it today by the blood of the Lamb. All right. So whatever be your attitude towards life, whatever be your behavior, your character as a person generally, it has to match with your own expectation from the person you want to marry. Because it cannot be, unfair. You want to get the best, but you are not the best. It doesn't work like that. So being the right woman, like I said, is about being matured, and then you need to have skill, and you need to have a sense of responsibility. Are you able to manage yourself at work? Do you deliver on the project given to you? Do you attend to people kindly even when you are under pressure? Do you take up responsibility without being told? And all those things. How is your responsibility quotient? How high is it? Is it high or is it low? Because that will determine to a great extent how you manage responsibility eventually. Now, you also need, you know, wisdom, because if you are not wise, you make certain mistakes that you shouldn't make in marriage. So, all of this is very important to have, which are necessary generally for a person. Then, when you now want to get married, it is something that you must confirm again that it is readily available with you. You don't need to be a perfect woman to be the right woman. You just need to be the growing and progressive woman to be that person. So, what do I mean by that? Nobody is perfect. We all know that. No woman is perfect. No man is perfect. Even the right man that you're looking for is not also perfect, right? However, what we want to establish is that there has to be some form of progress that you're making. There has to be some form of improvement going on in your life. If we see you next year, are we going to recognize you as the same person we saw last year? Because if you have been the same person you were 5 years ago and there is no difference in how you live, in how you behave, there is no change, there is no improvement, there is no form of adjustment that you have made in your life generally from the last 5 years that we met you, then you are not growing. You are not growing. And if you are not growing, you will start dying. Whatever that is not growing will start dying, directly or indirectly. So you need to ask yourself, the person I was yesterday, is it still the same person I am today? And it's not by guesswork that you answer that question. No, you will be very sure. Like you can vouch and you know it like you know your name that this is not the person I was yesterday. And it comes out in the way you now converse. It comes out in the way you now manage your anger. It comes out in the way you now manage your emotions. It comes out in the way you now deal with people. If it's the same way you were dealing with people last year, then you're still dealing with no improvement, no better formation of yourself, then we need to check you again. Because life is about the progress. It's about the progress that you're making, not the perfection. Because at the end of the day, we live towards perfection until the day we die. Nobody actually gets to the end of perfection and said, oh, I've gotten to the end of it. It's only God that live in that perfect state permanently. But we as humans, as limited as we are, we can only fight towards attaining perfection. And perfection is in doing things in an excellent way, is in being able to show up consistently the same person. We don't want to see you as a faithful sister today and tomorrow you're no longer a faithful sister. We want you to be consistent with your character. We want you to be consistent with your behavior. We want you to be consistent with your attitude towards people. Don't be someone else today and someone else tomorrow. Now here are 5 signs that you will attract the wrong man. Are you ready for this class? Are you sure you are ready? So if you have invited someone, put it in the comment section and say I've invited someone. Let me see those who have invited someone. Invite someone to this class and tell them that something is happening here, right? So that we can continue this conversation. Now, it's important for you to know that somehow we also contribute to the kind of person that we marry. Of course, you attract your kind of person. So, but it gets challenging when you are not now happy with the kind of person that you are attracted. You are now feeling like, I deserve better. Do you know what you truly deserve? So let's look at those signs, because sometimes you'll be like, why am I always attracting people that are breaking my heart? The same way we think that, why do I always have friends that are backstabbers? Friends that will come and that are disloyal, friends that will, that will say something to me and say something else to another person. If that is your case, then you need to check yourself, because it is what is inside you that is pulling what is outside towards you. Do you understand that? So, what are those signs? 1, if you focus on physical appearance of the man. I know you want to even mold the man that you want to marry yourself. You want to be the one that will mold. God, you missed some things. So let me show you, how to make man the way to actually mold a man. You want to mold a man by yourself. So you are having a picture of the kind of man you want as a spouse, and it is just about the physical attributes. It's not about the physical appearances. It's not about the physical looks. It's not about what is external. Nothing about the internal matters to you. Many of you ladies find it difficult to look at inside. You focus too much on the looks and appearance of a man, so much so that you forget about his character. You don't worry about character, his patterns, his beliefs, his values. Now, if this is the number one on your list of a man you want to marry, you are heading in the wrong direction. And truly, truly, you would attract the wrong man. Because you will see a man that you should go for who is not, that person in quotes in the description of who you want, but they have the virtue, they have the character, they have the features that make them, who you should actually marry. But no, you will not see it because you are more focused on the physical look, the physical, his six pack. I forgot that those things can vanish. The same way it applies to men who focus so much on the physical appearance of women, applies to men too. When you're always looking at how this person looks, how they make you feel when you look at them, how you'll be proud to snap pictures with them, how they will be good for pictures and the gram and the videos and all of that, you're already headed heavily to meeting the wrong person. So you need to stop being obsessed. You need to stop being carried away with people's outlook, people's appearance, people's physicalities, and look inwardly. Number two sign is if you're obsessed with marrying a rich man. Marry a man for his pattern, not his promises. And now a lot of young women are now after being with a man who has enough money to take care of them and care less about even the source of the money. So you just want the man to give you money. You just want the man that will take care of you. As long as he takes care of me, I don't mind. Even if he likes, let him be cheating. Just be giving me my own money and don't bring the woman home. That's all. Why? Especially, I have a problem with this mindset. I have a problem with this thinking because, especially among Christian women, I mean, unbelievers can say that, but how about you? Why would you subject yourself and think that you can't get a man who will not cheat on you? You're just after, let you just give me money, let you just take care of me. As long as you take care of me, I am okay, I am fine with it. You shouldn't be fine with it. You shouldn't be fine with it. It should be that you know that this man will be as faithful to me as Christ was faithful to his church. Because it's not going to just depend on his own power to do it. It's also going to depend on the help of the Holy Spirit to be able to stay loyal and stay faithful to you. So if all of that is missing, if all of that is not available, then whatever money he has should matter less. But we have minored in the major and majored in the minor. The things that should matter more, we are not worried about them. We are not worried about things that we shouldn't actually be worried about. All right. So if you are after rich man, just rich man, like you can't be a rich woman. I mean, think about it. How about you being, if you're a rich woman, you worry less about if the man has so much money anymore. You want to be sure that this man I am coming to marry is going to fit into the husband role in my life. Because they are good men, nice men. They are nice men, but they are not good husbands. They can, spoil you when you're dating them, just do anything for you, take you out, make you drink, and all of that. But when it comes to committing to marriage, they have zero interest. So if you have not dealt with that, you will be dating a man who has no plan of marriage when you are busy thinking about marriage yourself. Simply because he has money, he's taking care of you. And some of you even go as far as, dating married people. Because for you, he's giving me what I need, which younger men may not be able to do. He's servicing your lifestyle. If you are depending on a man to service your lifestyle without making any plan for you, without having any concrete arrangement of how you can break through yourself, then you are in a big trouble. This way of thinking makes you to be blinded by the wealth. If the man is wealthy, you'll be blinded by the wealth and cause you to overlook red flags when you see one. So even when the man is now doing something that you should obviously see as a red flag, you will not see it again. You will not think there is a red flag. I mean, he's not that bad, he's just angry. I think he will change. So I'll just, keep hoping that he'll change. Are you the Holy Spirit? And are you Holy Spirit? He's not going to change anything. His change is up to him, not up to you. So if you're hoping that the man is going to become one fantastic person just because you think there's no other better man out there, I had better just settle with this one. So being someone who is focused on the physical looks, being someone who is focused on the man who has wealth, will make you to be blinded, and you won't be able to see red flags and now recognize it as red flag. So you will be seeing red flag, but you will not see it as red flag. You see it as pink. Pink flag. So red flag will now become pink flag for you, because in your mind, it's not that bad. He's trying. You can manage it. Whenever you go with that, I can manage it, it's already a problem. Now, statements like, as long as he's rich, I don't care what he's doing to make the money. Statements like, all men cheat, so no need to stress, as long as he gives me money to take care of myself, and many more, stem from a place of scarcity mentality and corrupt mindset. Scarcity mentality. Because to you, money is a god. If you have idealized money, it will be difficult for you to even see things differently anymore. So money rules the world for you. Money is everything. Money is what counts than any other thing ever. There is nothing else that matters. There's nothing else that you're after except that money. So you need to be careful. If this is how you think, you are going to meet the wrong person, and it will be a struggle. I remember someone closer to me that was talking about a guy. He's just, because there was money coming from him, it was difficult for her to break up with him. And I'm talking about a married man at that. And I'm like, why are we having this conversation? Why is this conversation coming up? You're talking about a married man and you're still contemplating about breaking up with him, when you were clearly aware that he was a married man. But because, of course, you want to get something out of him, you don't mind. So you settled. That's a danger zone. You see, if you are the cause of another woman's pain, because you won't leave the husband alone, you will not have your own peace. So someone else will soon be your own pain. I remember the joke the guy said, all of you that are dating married men, all you ladies that are dating married men, just know that the women that will break your own homes are still in primary school doing home economics. So when the chips are down, you will know where your problem is coming from. You deserve more, lady. Don't settle for less. You deserve more. There's so much you can get out of life. There's so much that can still happen for you. There's so much you carry on your inside that you can't, just because of filthy wealth, filthy riches, filthy money that can be here today and be gone tomorrow, and lose a sense of who you are. So you need to be careful. The next reason or the next sign is if you have no one guiding you on your relationship life as a mentor or a coach. Now, this is also one of the very dangerous. This one is also very dangerous, because in today's world that is ruled by social media and show off culture, you need to be properly guided with wisdom and experience of a mentor. You can't be roaming the streets of social media without any, and then you're picking, some of you will just be picking tips and hacks here and there from people. You just be picking insights from this coach, Rema from this other coach. You need to have your own mentor that speaks into your life. You need to have your own mentor that guides you, that shows you what you need to do, that sees the mistake you're about to make and corrects you ahead of time. You don't need to have all the experience when you can learn from someone else's experience. Experience can only be the best teacher if it is someone else's experience. If you need to experience something for you to now know, okay, I've learned something from this person, or I've learned something from this experience, you may not even be alive in some cases to even come and start sharing the experience. What if you die? Will you live to now know that the experience was the best teacher for you? So have a mentor who is guiding you. You need to be guided. If you don't want to miss it in mind, you need to be guided. You need to be told what to do. Stop thinking that you are now. I mean, why are we running away? Why is this generation so adverse to mentorship? Why are we running away from mentorship? Why exactly? Mentorship is life. You can never go far without the place of a mentor in your life. Did you hear that? You can never go far without a mentor speaking over your life. You can quote me anyway and I'll defend myself. Because a mentor is like an angel that is guiding you on your path, that is leading you the way you should go. You can't just go in any direction that you feel like. All right. So if you are young and you want to marry early as a young woman, you need a mentor more. Not like everybody on it, but you particularly that have that choice, that have that, because that was what helped me as a person. Being someone who married quite early, in my very early 20s. I couldn't have done that if I was doing it on my own. If I was going by my own power, if I was just going by my own insights or the things I just know, I would have made a mess of myself. It was a mentor that helped me, that guided me and showed me how to even see things. Because I've not been married before. So how do I know what I should do in the marriage? No matter the books I've read, the experience is completely different. So that place of a mentor was what guided my step and saw things that I wouldn't have been able to see at that time, that helped me to process things better, that made things easier for me, that gave me soft landing in certain areas. So when I was supposed to get married, I was already in school. I already got an admission. And the state where the school is not Lagos State. And my then husband to be was living in Lagos. So what was I supposed to do? School in the place and live in Lagos. And because at that point, saying the marriage should hold on will not work, because that would be such a long time. We are in Nigeria and we know how school system can be. A 5 years course can turn to a 7 years course, which was actually what became my case. So what could I have done in that situation if I didn't have a mentor that would process this thing for me? The mentor helped me. My mentor, I'm talking about, is also my pastor. He helped me to see light where I couldn't see it. So you need someone to guide you. You need someone to encourage you. You need someone to show you where you are going to follow and where not to enter. Otherwise, you will get it wrong in marriage. And there's no alternative. There is no substitute for the mentorship. It is mentorship or nothing. You have a mentor and have the mentor guide you. And some of you claim to have a mentor, but your mentor don't even know half of what is going on with you. How is that person your mentor? Not like you need to be reporting yourself on a daily basis. I mean, if you need to, why not? However, your mentor should know key things that are happening on your daily life. When you are trying to take a major step, do you consult your mentor, or you just go ahead and do it and then allow your mentor to maybe see it on social media, or all these things? You're a rebellion. You're a rebel. Number four sign is that if you keep the wrong company of female friends. Now, your friends are people who discuss things. Your friends are people who take steps that you shouldn't take. Then that's the wrong friend to have. The Bible says, "Do not be deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manners." Corrupt good manners. So you cannot want a clean and uncorrupted manner if you have been keeping evil communication all along. You cannot want to have the best of lifestyle if the people around you are living a rotten lifestyle. So you must keep the right circle of friends. Your chances of marriage on time and marrying right is slimmer if you keep the wrong friends. But if you keep the right friends, you increase your chances of being able to get the right man, or get it right generally in marriage. Because, like it or not, the friends you keep will have a huge influence on you that you cannot even imagine or deny. Directly or indirectly, your friends are rubbing off on you somehow. Some things you say, it is from your friend that you heard it. Some attitude you display, it is from your friends. Some way of thinking, it is from your friends. All right. So you can't deny it. Peer pressure is real. It is real. It happens. So you need to be careful. You need to watch that. You need to know that, and be very careful the kind of people that you interact with as friends. If the friends you keep are always talking down on men, any little thing, oh, they'll be there, men are scum, oh, men are this, men are that, men are cheat. And that's when you start building that belief that every man will cheat on his wife. Such a lie from the pit of hell. Such a lie from the pit of hell. You can't um you can't think like that and get a man who will be faithful to you. If you keep friends who are always sleeping with their dates, you just went out on a date with somebody, you've not even known them so much, you're already moved, you're already emotionally attached to them, you're already, you're already tied to them, you're already in love, madly in love, and the next thing you're sleeping with them on the bed. You've lost your dignity the moment you do that. You don't want to be in that place where your sense of judgment is corrupted because you have already given yourself off where you shouldn't. You are giving something that should come with heavy commitment from both parties, just like that. And you think, what are friends for without benefit? Is that the only benefit you can give? And the next thing is, there are people who spend weekends at their boyfriends' houses. Big boyfriend Polona. Those people that used to go and wait, people that used to go and clean for their boyfriend the weekend, that go and cook, go to the market, buy stuffs for them, buy things for them, and all of that. If you're on that table, climb down today. Climb down right away. You have no business cooking for any man that is not married to you yet. And I said that. I said it. They will wait. Why are you giving benefits of a wife when you are still a girlfriend? Why? So when you now finish serving the food, you now serve the other food, which is you. If that's the kind of friends that you keep, if those are the kind of friends that you keep, you are going to definitely end it wrong, man. Because they will corrupt your mindset, they will corrupt your sense of judgment. If the friends you have are people that go clubbing every weekend, they date married men intentionally because of what they will get out of them, and they know clearly, I will not marry this person at the end of the day, but let me just catch some of his wealth. They are able to say, Kamri Biritu, let me eat part of his wealth, then I'll run. If there are people who have, who never take mentorship seriously and are always obsessed with material things, they're always moved with little things that not even. So then you cannot afford to keep such friends, because if you cannot beat them, you will join them. If you cannot beat them, you're going to join them. There is no magic. You're going to join them. You're going to join them. So whatever you are doing has to be that you are conscious of yourself. You are conscious of your life. You are conscious of the things you do. You are conscious of the friends you keep. Because if you are not conscious of all of those, then you're going to make mistakes that will cost you heavily at the end of the day. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. So, what am I talking about? The association you keep must support your growth, your resolutions, and preserve your values as a person. That association you keep. You cannot keep an association that is going to be working against your beliefs, that is going to be working against what you want to achieve as a person. If your association is not promoting your values, if your association is not supporting you to live a life of purity, to live a life that is worth emulating, you are wrong. Completely wrong. If your association is making it difficult for you to maintain your dignity, to maintain your resolutions, that thing you want to do, you have said you're going to do, you are not able to do them, simply because they are always on the opposite side. They never support you to do anything right. They don't support you. You need to look at that. And your environment is stronger than your willpower. You need to recognize that. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. Hey, it's not by I'm strong. Oh. Be strong all you want. Make sure that your environment will support that strength of yours. Because if you have the willpower and have the wrong environment, then your willpower will be weakened by the environment. You can't be a fire and keep friends with iceberg. It's just a matter of time before you become frozen yourself. So I'm on fire. Make sure you have the right people in your circle. Oh. Make sure you have the right people in your space. Oh, because if you don't, they are going to cause your downfall. You know that part of what destroys Samson is association. The kind of people he kept in his life, they are going to affect you, like it or not. So the last sign that we're going to look at the last sign that indicates they're going to get the wrong person is that if you never define a relationship early enough. Now I know that we want to fall in love and just flow with the tide to feel we are, in the right relationship. But let me tell you, that's falling in love. Keep it on one side. Walk into relationships. Don't let relationship be like you tripped and fall into it. Relationship should not be something you fall into. It should not be something that you dangle into. It should not be something that, you don't even know how you got there. It should be deliberate. It should be intentionally created. It should be that you know where this relationship is headed. It should be that it is clearly defined, because what you don't define gets abused. An undefined relationship is a disaster waiting to happen. If you are in a relationship with a man, you can't boldly say what it is that both of you are doing. You are in no relationship at all. You are dating yourself. You are dating yourself. Any relationship that you are in that is not clearly defined is the wrong relationship to be in. So watch it. Are you doing the relationship the way you should? Or you are just let it just be that we're in a relationship. You must not be in a relationship. Oh. You must not be in a relationship. If you cannot clearly define a relationship, then don't be in it at all. Now, whatever that is not defined gets abused, like I said earlier. And any man who fears commitment in a relationship but wants to enjoy the benefit of it is a danger to your destiny. Break away from him now. If a man is afraid of commitment, you ask him, what are we doing? When is this whole relationship going to move to the next level? And they cannot tell you. They are doing they are seeing you as desperate. They're seeing you as we're being too forward. Let me be too forward though, because my destiny is not a joke to me. I did not joke with my destiny. When it was time, I asked my husband, then he was serious for it. I said, look, before we start catching feelings, let's define what we are doing. What are we doing? Who are we? What am I to you? Who are you to me? Because I don't want to claim I have fallen in love and then I am on my own. And this whole thing cannot make any sense or any headway. Then I'm going to be destroying myself. All right. So now we have looked at some of the ways you can get to the wrong relationship. Let's look at 5 ways to position yourself as the right woman for the right man. Right? Remember, we're talking about being the right woman for the right man. So you need to have dealt with these other things to now get yourself in a place where you can now, become the right person, become the right woman for the right person. The first thing you need to do is to get knowledge. There is no alternative to seeking knowledge, to getting knowledge. If you are living in ignorance, trust me, marriage is going to be